Accidents happen.
What? What? I can't.
Sometimes they can be frustrating, or they can be a pleasant surprise.
I'm stuck in this corner from this hog. Oh my. Oh, wait. What? Huh?
In this video, I'm going to feature some rare interactions or moments over the past 6 years of Overwatch that you probably haven't seen in your own games before. But first, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends, who are celebrating their 3rd anniversary. Raid is a very popular battle RPG game for PC and mobile that has some cool champions like Raglan, who can res, or you can try the Royal Guard, who just wrecks bosses because of an ability that is scaled on enemies' max HP. The best part of Raid is that you can pick your teammates. You don't need to force your team to build a comp around one hero, just build your own team and go off into battle. Like I said earlier, this month is Raid's 3rd year anniversary and they have implemented their first ever champion skins. Who doesn't like skins? Look at Arbiter, going from Sleeping Beauty to Maleficent real quick. For new players, use my link in the description or scan the QR code to get a free starter pack worth almost $40 that includes 10 Magic, Force, and Spirit XP brews, and champions Misericord, Tiger Soul, and Romero. These rewards are much bigger than the usual ones and can be found in your inbox up here for the next 30 days only, and honestly, there's never been a better time to get started. It's a free game. Download it now for PC and mobile, and back to the video. The first extremely rare interaction I want to start with is regarding the payload at certain checkpoints. Let's take Eichenwald for example. The game has to run through an animation where the payload will automatically move through the castle doors even if there's nobody on the payload. However, the exception to this rule is when it's an overtime where an attacker needs to be on it, or else the round could end while the fixed animation is happening. So things got a little spicy here in Super's clip, where you can see his Zarya grabbed the enemy team and the round ended prematurely while that fixed automatic payload animation only moved 11.17 meters deep. For reference, this automatic animation is supposed to move the payload approximately 17.45 meters deep into the castle. Okay, back to Super's clip. He was super confident his team was going to win as long as they just survive the animation, which should have been the case. As you can see, the animation pushed it 17.45 meters in, but the game ended in a draw.
Wait, what?
From Custa's point of view, who happened to be on the defending team, the payload distance box is accurately representing the 11.17 meters they pushed, yet the payload moved past it, making this one of the most rarest and bizarre endings to a game in a long time. Fortunately, Blizzard patched this error in March of 2021, shortly after Super's clip made its way around the community. I tested it again today on both Eichenwald and another map like Dorado that also has a fixed animation with this mechanical gate, and the correct outcome occurs now. I simulated it in the workshop to have the round end mid-animation on defense and then push the payload in the next round, had an enemy Roadhog stand and try to contest, but the fixed animation said move and declared me as the winner. No more draws in these scenarios. The next rare interaction happened to me a few weeks ago.
You hog if we can.
I'm stuck in this corner from this hog. Oh my. Oh, wait. What? Huh?
Breaking it down, Reinhardt shattered me as I was jumping to my left while mid-air. As soon as this happened, Roadhog hooked me, which overrode the shatter, but because my leftward momentum carried me towards the doorway into cover, I actually broke line of sight of the hook, causing it to break and freeing me from the stuns. Stun on stun cancellation. You definitely don't see that every day.
You're doing fine, Bowen. Just can you set up our side of?
Oh, they on it from spawn.
What? Indie company, bro.
What a great clip, because honestly, what are the chances that the person you try to res tumbles back down into the pit just to die again? Well, this clip was shared back in September of 2021, and a few months later, in January of 2022, there was a change to Mercy where the soul is now frozen in place as the res animation happens, instead of your dead body tumbling down.
Oh, that shit needs to stop happening too.
However, there is still a 2.25 second invulnerability period after the res finishes, and during this time, they can still fall off the map, making this rare interaction end in the same result: death. However, the Mercy patch did fix rare instances where the res icon and dead body would disconnect and bug out the res, putting it on cooldown with nothing to show
what
for.
Just happened to the what? What happened to my res?
Did you know that when Hanzo winds up the Ryuga Wateki, he actually fires a fully charged arrow before it splits off into the dragons? That means you can, in some rare cases, kill someone with the arrow who happens to get within that close range, or in even rarer cases, do it through a wall. It doesn't stop there though. Rare moments like accidentally killing a Junkrat Riptire have happened before. Even some Genji players have deflected it back at Hanzo. Talk about brotherly love. Roadhog's hook has cemented itself as one of the most broken abilities in Overwatch history. The glory days of Hook 1.0 are past us after the logic behind its interaction had been fixed a few years ago now. However, there is a brief moment upon activation where it can collide with deployable objects and get stuck, like this one with Fitzy and the translocator. This was an extremely rare moment because the actual hook hitbox doesn't align with the hook animation itself, and the hitbox of the translocator is tiny as shit, making the timing of it nearly impossible. Then there was also this one with joystick with the immortality field.
I can't detach from it.
This one seems like it would be more commonplace, but in reality, what ends up happening is the lamp just blocks the hook outright, and it doesn't have it stuck. So, going back to the clip, the hook being stuck makes me believe that the game registered Baptiste as actually being hooked based on the text here where you can see it says enemy hooked +10, yet the Baptiste probably deployed the immortality field successfully from his point of view. So when you consider factors like network latency, client to server desync, perhaps both actions were registered by the game server, causing this rare scenario to happen where the game executed both and mixed them together. Most ultimates in Overwatch prevent you from earning any ultimate charge towards the next ult until the first one wears off, apart from a few exceptions like Ball and Ashe. So for example, if you boop someone off here as Winston, you don't earn anything since the enemy died while you were still in Primal Rage. But if you knock them airborne and let the Primal time out, then the kill registers, you can in theory build your next ultimate with your current one. This is obviously a demonstration clip, but this rare instance actually happened in a contenders match a few years ago with Beast, where he booped Kaiser mid-air, had his Primal Rage end, and then Kaiser for some reason popped Primal thinking he could save himself, but ended up dying, and granted Beast 73% ult charge. 73. The timing has to be perfect. A similar but reversed interaction happened with Flats. See if you can spot it.
It's big.
The rule of not earning ult charge while an ult is active only applies for the 2.5 second knockdown period for Reinhardt specifically. As you can see, he's not earning any ult charge while swinging for a bit, but after the stun wears off, he earns a bit from the swings at the tail end. Every player should know this by now. But if we rewind, take a look down here. Flats earned 12% to his next ultimate before his shatter due to hitting a fire strike between activating it and then actually landing it. Fascinating stuff. The way D.Va's ult does damage definitely has something to do with checking for line of sight from its center. That's why you're able to survive behind a skinny tree or pole, which is kind of funny if you think about it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Overwatch generally does a great job with its map build out, but there are a few oversights that can potentially cause some rare kills. There are little holes and openings everywhere if you know where to look. Not all cover acts as a solid mass, like this example here where this Brig thought she was safe. The D.Va bomb's center was perfectly aligned with this small crack between here, and I went over in a custom game and confirmed that the tiny gap between the taco stalls can be the difference between life or death. It's not just here though. There's actually a hole in Volskaya that I learned from ML7, which turns out to be deadly if a D.Va bomb is lined up correctly like so. Super has another clip showing his Zen dying to a tracer bomb while being perfectly behind line of sight on the pillar. How, you may ask? Well, and that's it for this fun little rare interaction video. This is actually going to be the last Overwatch 1 video I make because Overwatch 2 is coming out in less than 2 weeks. Thank you all for the amazing 5 years and cheers to 5 more on the new game.